Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell may have been hoping to talk about the economy and efforts to fight inflation at his press conference yesterday, just after the Fed cut interest rates by a quarter point. But the biggest news came from this exchange on Powell's job security.
Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Do you believe that the president has the power to fire or demote you, and has the Fed determined the legality of a president demoting at will any of the other governors with leadership positions?
Not permitted under the law.
Let's discuss this and more with NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans and professor of economic and public policy at the University of Michigan, Justin Wolfers. All right, Christine, first of all, happy Friday. We'll get to the Fed cut in just a minute. But first, just that back and forth on Jerome Powell's job security. How significant is that, especially when you think that Donald Trump was the one who appointed him?
Right. It was the no heard round the world. And he said it twice, not permitted under law. And he stopped and he said it again, not permitted under law. So just a message that over here at the Fed is independent. It is independent of the White House. And it is trying to get inflation under control without hurting the overall economy by moving interest rates. And the Fed chief saying we're going to continue to do that work.
And so I'm curious, Professor, to get your take here, because the Federal Reserve isn't supposed to be political, but Trump has said he wants influence on interest rates. If Trump tries to interfere in Fed decisions, or if Trump asks for Powell's resignation and he refuses, what happens?
I mean, the legal advice seems to be that Powell gets to stay. Look, this is actually one of the most important issues for monetary policy. We tend to obsess about the blips, the little ups and downs, a quarter of a percentage point here or there. But what really matters is making sure that we continue with the American institutions that have served us so well. The US has pulled off a soft landing. We've got low inflation. We've managed that without raising unemployment at all. Compare it to a country like Turkey, where a strongman leader did involve himself with monetary policy. That leader told the central bank what to do, and was the effect of that was to push inflation to 50, 60 or 70%. So this is the stuff that really matters.
Christine, back to the Fed decision yesterday and the inflation picture right now. They cut it, but they did signal they're still concerned that it's not firm that we're going the right way and will stay in that trajectory, right?
So they always say they're data dependent. So they're watching to see if the labor market, the job market gets a little weaker, or conversely, if the economy stays really strong. It has been stronger than expected for a couple of years. Does that spin off more inflation next year? And so maybe they have to pause in January, not cut interest rates again. He did say the economy is solid. The job market is solid. He used the word remarkable to talk about the economy. It is the strongest in the world right now. The U.S. economy is, despite what voters said, quite frankly, when they really voted on their unhappiness about the American economy. But the Fed chief saying, look, we're getting inflation under control. Job market is still robust. The economy is growing at almost 3%. That's a good position to be in.